You're listening to an African Elements top news story for July 7th, 2025. Please visit our website at africanelements.org for more daily news. South Sudan's deepening hunger crisis. In South Sudan, a severe humanitarian crisis unfolds, marked by widespread hunger and instability. The Upper Nile region faces desperate conditions with over 40,000 people experiencing extreme hunger. This dire situation is a stark reminder of the challenges many African nations confront, often stemming from complex internal and external pressures. The struggle for survival here resonates deeply, reflecting the resilience and enduring spirit of a people striving for peace and prosperity. An estimated 7,700,000 people face high levels of acute food insecurity during the April to July lean season. The lean season is the period before the main harvest, when food stocks run low and prices rise, making survival especially difficult. Approximately 83,000 people are expected to experience catastrophe levels of acute food insecurity. Luakpini, Nasir Ulang, and Malakal counties are among the hardest hit areas. Catastrophic hunger means households face extreme lack of food and basic needs, leading to starvation, death, and destitution. Conflict and civil insecurity are the main drivers of acute hunger in South Sudan, disrupting markets and hindering livelihoods. Ongoing violence forces people to flee and prevents humanitarian aid organizations from reaching those in need. The conflict in neighboring Sudan has worsened the crisis by causing widespread displacement and refugee influx. Since April 2023, over 1 million people have fled into South Sudan, straining scarce resources. Many of these new arrivals settle in communities already struggling with food insecurity and limited access to vital services. Market closures and supply chain breakdowns have driven food prices to record highs, pushing many families beyond their means. Farmers are unable to plant crops due to insecurity and flooding, destroying their fields. Livestock losses from disease and theft further reduce communities' capacity to cope. Humanitarian efforts, including food airdrops, are crucial, but face challenges due to conflict and impassable routes. Aid agencies have airdropped food supplies to remote areas, but limited capacity only meets a fraction of needs. Since mid-December, the WFP has provided food assistance to over 700,000 people, including displaced and conflict-affected communities. The Nile River is a lifeline for transporting aid, where roads become unusable during flooding. River convoys continue but are hampered by insecurity and seasonal flooding. Clashes have blocked supplies to tens of thousands of malnourished children, risking further mortality. Access constraints and shrinking resources mean aid often fails to reach those most vulnerable. The crisis disproportionately affects children and women, who are most susceptible to malnutrition and its devastating effects. Widespread flooding destroys crops and infrastructure, deepening food shortages and complicating relief efforts. Experts warn that more frequent extreme weather events will exacerbate hunger unless adaptation measures are implemented. The combination of conflict, economic instability, and climate shocks creates a vicious cycle, threatening lives and livelihoods. Without sustained funding and security guarantees, relief efforts will remain ad hoc and insufficient. Urgent, large-scale humanitarian action is needed to prevent famine and save lives. Long-term solutions must address the root causes of conflict, economic collapse, and climate vulnerability. Scaling up assistance to millions of affected people is essential to move South Sudan towards stability and food security. The WFP plans to scale up its operations to support 2.5 million people in the coming months. This comprehensive approach, combining immediate aid with efforts to address underlying issues, is vital for sustainable recovery. Copyright African Elements.